Hello YouTube friends, and welcome to another edition of my theme week, which happens to be disappointing series finales. I told you that this time we were going to space, and that's true. But this series finale is disappointing for different reasons than the other ones. I am tackling the series finale to the show Firefly, which happens to be a movie called Serenity. Now, if anyone knows me, they know I am a fan of Joss Whedon. Love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, loved Firefly for its run. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog is excellent. But Firefly's series finale is disappointing. Now, I don't blame Joss Whedon for this. That's why this series finale is different. I don't blame the writer or the show creator. And like all the other series finales, I don't blame the actors because they're only acting what they've been given and they're doing their best with what they've been given. No, I blame the TV network that canceled Firefly in its second season, forcing Joss Whedon to create a movie series finale and rushing everything that he intended for probably another season. Which brings me to my point. I don't disagree with the way the series ended. A lot of people died. A lot of people that you liked and cared about died, but they're in space. It's a bleak place. It's a dangerous place. Certainly what they do is dangerous. But a lot of people died, and I find that I'm not upset that these people died so much as that they all died so closely together. And this is not Joss Whedon's fault. This is the TV network's fault for not understanding Firefly in its time, for not giving it a chance like they have done with so many other worse shows. That's right. This is not a attack the writers review. This is an attack the TV network review. I'm attacking the TV network for canceling a good show when giving a shitty series finale, which had it been given more time to breathe, would have probably wrapped up nicely in a fantastic final season instead of a 2-hour movie. My issue with this series finale is time. It's a different problem, but it's the correct problem. We shouldn't blame Joss Whedon for this series finale. Joss Whedon is brilliant. He's written plenty of fantastic series finales because those shows were given time to grow and breathe. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's final season is brilliant. The series finale is perfect for that show. Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog is supposed to be in a sequel. Of course, that's been talked about for a while, but the ending of that 40-minute film is perfect for that film. This isn't Joss Whedon. This is the TV network. And I think that if you all thought about it like I have, because to be perfectly honest, when I first saw Serenity, I was upset. And I was a little angry at Joss Whedon, but now I've thought about it. And I thought about it after I watched it, but I've had to rewatch it because it's been a while since I watched Serenity. And so when I rewatched it, I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that the way it ended wasn't what was upsetting, it was that there wasn't more time for the ending. This is probably not going to be a particularly long review because I'm not going into what happened so much. Because I'm not upset at what happened. I'm upset at how quickly it had to happen because of the TV network's lack of faith in Firefly. Sure, characters I like died, but that's happened in other TV shows before. That happened in Buffy. Another Joss Whedon show, a show that I love. And I wasn't upset in Buffy, or I was upset, of course, but I wasn't angry because it made sense in the story. And there was time, and not everybody died at once. Time is important. Story structure and storytelling is all very important, and Joss Whedon is a brilliant person for storytelling. He creates wonderful universes and characters and creatures and atmosphere. But he needs time to do these things. And a TV network having a complete lack of faith in Joss Whedon and not allowing him the time he needs to tell his stories is what ended up making Firefly's series finale so disappointing. Not because of what happened, but because of how quickly it happened. How a network can have such a lack of understanding of what's unique and different and interesting, and just canceling it because they didn't think it would do well, but then later finding out that they were horribly wrong because Firefly has a wonderful following. Lots of people love it, including me. I love Firefly. And I don't hate the Serenity movie. I just hate how quickly everything had to happen. The casting of the show is brilliant, and the actors did what they could with the script, which had to be all condensed into a 2-hour movie, and so we were left less satisfied and more confused and angry that so many of the people that we loved died all at once. And this isn't an uncommon thing that for TV networks to have a lack of faith in a TV show. I've watched plenty of TV shows that have been canceled before they probably should have, given that they have a decent following. Scorpion is an example. We already talked about that. And so I have to ask why TV networks do this. Because it ends up being a mistake every time. Your fans are left angry and upset, confused, and more often than not remain loyal to the show and are more angry at the TV networks who don't seem to care that they're upsetting people. Now, this is not uncommon. Hollywood hardly ever cares that it's upsetting people. If that were true, we'd not be getting so many crappy Michael Bay movies or, bad kids movies. We'd be getting more good than bad, and that's not the case. We get more bad than good. And so here we are with a good TV show that was canceled before it should have been, causing the series finale to be disappointing for a whole different reason than most TV finales are disappointing. And that reason being that it was rushed. It was rushed, and quite frankly, it was just a kind of a slap in the face, because had it not been rushed, we would have probably liked what happened. We would have understood why we ended up where we did. And we wouldn't have been so confused by certain things that had happened. And so this, my friends, is the end of the review. Simply stating that TV studios sometimes screw over TV shows just as much as writers. Which is what makes this series finale different. Because I believe that had we been given more time, had Joss Whedon been given more time to write and develop the story and explain why we were going where we were going and why these people were dying and why these people didn't and why we ended up where we did, people wouldn't be so angry at Serenity. I wouldn't be so angry at Serenity. And that, my friends, is why TV studios should not get a say in what is on TV and what isn't. It should be fans. Not these upper head management honchos that really don't get it. They own these places and they run them, but they don't really understand what people like and what people find interesting. And that is my review of the series finale of Serenity, and also TV studios that cancel TV shows before their time. I'll be back tomorrow with another series finale. I haven't decided what it is yet. I'm still working on that. But I can tell you that it probably won't be as kind as the review of Serenity, because unlike Serenity, the next TV series finale I review will probably be the fault of the writer.